All right, so if you're on Canvas, which you should be, if you hit today's lesson, you'll see on today, we're using the word peculiar. Peculiar is a way to say strange or weird. So in the chat, you're going to use a sentence frame. A peculiar way to travel to school would be, all right, make sure you are using a capital letter at the beginning of your sentence and make sure you're using punctuation. Okay? So a peculiar way to travel to school would be, what is a weird way to travel to school? All right, I'm gonna give you guys maybe 1 or 2 minutes to do this. We don't have as much time as we did for our previous schedule, so we're gonna have to move quickly throughout the lesson so that we can get everything completed. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys maybe a minute, 30 seconds to answer this. I already see some responses. Make sure everybody is participating. A peculiar way to travel to school would be, remember, peculiar means weird or strange. What's going on? All right, 30 seconds. I need to see more answers. And make sure you're writing in a complete sentence, William Ray. Definitely. All right. A peculiar way to travel school would be a airplane or a motorcycle. Yeah, that's kind of strange. Kind of cool though, but strange. All right, so today what we're gonna do is you guys are gonna spend some time on student application. Then we're gonna get to our academic vocabulary for workshop 2. We're gonna look at 5 words, look at a concept organizer, and that's what we're gonna do today. All right, so if you guys could get started with logging on to student application, give me a thumbs up when you are there. So you could go ahead and head over back to Canvas because the Google Slides you'll be using are on our Canvas page. So go ahead and log out. Remember, I will be checking time. I will be able to see whether or not you were on task or not. And you guys will be getting points. So let's just make sure that every time we get on a student application, we are working to our full potential, okay? Because this is really just helping you guys out, giving you more time to work on some of those skills. All right, so if you are on our Canvas page, if you click the building knowledge link, it'll take you to the Google Slides we're gonna be working on today. So give me a thumbs up when you have that pulled up. You said where? Today's lesson. Click that, it'll have you make a copy. All right. You guys give me a thumbs up if you have the Google Slides. All right, so I'm gonna share my screen, but you guys are gonna have to like toggle back and forth because you will be filling out your own, okay? Before we get into our actual activity, let's go over some of the goals that we have, okay? So we have a literacy goal and we have a language goal. The literacy goal is to generate written examples for domain-specific vocabulary to deepen our understanding. All of that is to just say, we're gonna look at, we're gonna write or come up with some examples so that we can better understand some of the vocabulary words that we have, okay? The language goal is to collaborate and discuss the concept of adaptation, and express relevant examples. So we're gonna work together to come up with some examples and non-examples of adaptation. All right, so this is a concept organizer that we're gonna use. And this is going to start us off by deeply understanding the word adaptation and how it relates to the content words that we're going to look at today. All right, so we're gonna start off with the word adaptation. Can you guys repeat after me? Adaptation.
Adaptation. Adaptation.
How many syllables does the word adaptation have? Show me with your fingers. How many syllables? Adaptation. 4, adaptation. What part of speech is adaptation? What part of speech? It's right next to the syllables. It's a noun. Okay? So, if we break the word down, these dots here, this is what breaks the word down. So whenever you see a word and it's broken down like this, it's just giving you the syllables, okay? So our sample sentence says, a goby suckers are an adaptation that help it to climb. All right, can you guys read that? And if you're on Zoom, just go ahead and read it to yourself. You don't have to take yourself off of mute, but you guys are gonna read it yourself out loud. You guys are gonna read it too. A goby suckers are an adaptation that help it to climb. So just echo me. A goby suckers are an adaptation that help it to climb. All right, so this sentence has clues that help us figure out the meaning. To help it climb tells us that suckers are helpful. So an adaptation must be something that helps an animal, okay? So even in our sample sentence, we haven't even learned the meaning yet, but we can just tell by the clues that the sentence gives us that an adaptation helps an animal. All right, so let's look at the meaning. William, can you read the meaning for us, please?
A change in a plant or animal that increases its chance of staying alive.
Good. So this is the meaning. So those of you who have your book, you can write this in your book. I know a couple of you do have one. If not, you're going to be using the Google Slides. So you're going to fill out a change in a plant or animal that increases its chance of staying alive. Is already filled in? A what? Yeah, I have one. Give me 1 second, okay? Do you have this filled in? All right. So a change in a plant or animal that increases its chance of staying alive. You can answer that. You're welcome. All right, so now we're gonna go over some characteristics, examples, non-examples, and then we're gonna come up with our own sentence, all right? So let's look at the first one. Adrian, can you read the first characteristic of adaptation?
Which one?
The first bullet point where it says changes how.
Changes how a plant or animal looks and acts.
Okay, so this is a characteristic or a feature of a adaptation. Can you guys think of an adaptation where an animal is changing how they look or act? D'Anthony, can you pay attention, please, to what we're talking about? Who can tell me an animal that changes the way it looks or acts? Yeah. A chameleon? A chameleon? What else, Adrian? Adrian, did you have an answer?
A polar bear
Monarch
for
butterfly.
the Antarctic.
A polar bear. I heard a butterfly. Yes. So those are all animals that change the way they look and act. Dennis, can you read the next characteristic?
Where are we?
We're under characteristics. Can you read this next characteristic?
Health plants or animals survive in nature.
Okay, so those are two features of the word adaptation. It changes how a plant or animal looks or acts, and it helps plants or animals survive. If we go back up to our sample sentence, the suckers on a goby fish help them climb. So that will be an adaptation. All right, let's look at examples. Brennan, read the first example for us. Okay, so the first example mentions a lizard can change color to match its environment. That meets the characteristic of changing how an animal looks. All right, so we just talked about how an adaptation changes how it looks, and this is an example of that. Another example, Ariana, can you read the next example? Hey, Briari. Do you have your book? Good. Ariana, read this next example here.
People adjust to changing seasons.
People adjust to changing seasons. So if you guys are having a hard time thinking about how animals adapt, we adapt to the changing seasons. So what do we have to start doing when it started to get cooler? How did we adapt to the weather? Quavion? How do we have to adapt to the weather changes from fall to winter? What are some things we had to change? Quavion? So give me an example, specifically. Yep. Do you have one? Right. So we have in the winter we wear boots, probably double up on socks if it's cold enough, and then in the summer we wear sandals, flip flops, things like that. Okay. So that's another example of people adjusting or adapting. All right. So the next example you guys are gonna have to fill out. You can use my example, but I would like for you to think of your own. I said sharks have sharp teeth to help catch prey. What is another example of an adaptation? So think of any animal. What do they have? What feature do they have that helps them survive? Or what is a change that they have to make? Quavion, can you hear me? Can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? All right, so you know what we're working on?
Yes.
All right, we're working on this last example, okay? I want everyone to think of an example of an animal that either has to change the way it looks or acts, or it changes in some way to help it survive. We're on page, you have your book, right? Okay, we're on page 74. So you can actually write in your book because they're working on the Google Slides, okay? Give me a thumbs up when you have your own example of a way that an animal changes the way it looks or acts, or changes or makes a change to help it survive. Think about our anchor video that we watched last week. Do you guys have one? What do you have? Good. Cheetah running fast. That's definitely a feature, a characteristic. Do you have one, Brennan? D'Anthony, Do you have your example? Okay, I need you to focus on what we're doing and go ahead and share your example since you have it done. You on the right page, Briari? 74. D'Anthony, do you have an example? All right, you guys, give me a thumbs up. What will be another example of an animal changing the way it looks or acts to survive? Think of those animals you guys chose for your mini research. What does your animal have to do to survive, to stay alive? That is a perfect example, Quavion. Can you say it out loud?
Fish has fins to swim.
Right, that is a special feature that they have. Fish have fins that helps it survive. What does a tiger have specifically, or what are some features? Or how do they survive? What do they have to do? Yes. What?
Sharks are actually scary.
They are? Of what? Dolphins? I mean, yeah, dolphins are pretty. I mean, they seem friendly, but I can definitely see a dolphin turning up. Let's see. Hunting, yes. Give me who hunts? What type of animals hunt? Quavion?
Lions,
Lion.
tigers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Brennan?
I mean, I was gonna say
Leopards, big cats. Yeah, so what do these big cats have in order to catch their prey? What are some things that they have?
sharp claws, grips.
Yeah, sharp claws. They have to have sharp teeth. They have to be fast, right? So those are all examples, okay? I'm gonna run through the non-examples so that we can get to our actual words because we have about 20 minutes left and I wanna make sure that we have enough time to get through everything, okay? So a non-example of a adaptation or changing to fit in or just to change would be a student moves to a new school but does not learn the new school's rules. Or it will be like you guys coming back to school and not following the precautions that we have, like walking on the right side of the hall. Those will be non-examples of adaptation, okay? So those of you who do have to come to school, you guys are adapting to the new schedule. You have to adapt to the new ways we have to use the restroom and things like that. So you guys are actually, I'm not gonna say you're animals, but people and animals have to adapt. All right. So another non-example would be woolly mammoths couldn't adjust to warmer weather climate. You guys know what woolly mammoths are? Some of you do. Let me show you a picture real quick. So these animals were here a long time ago, but they eventually were extinct because they could not adapt to the warmer weather. They couldn't adapt to humans overhunting them, so they just became extinct. All right, so that is a woolly mammoth. For those of you who don't know, they became extinct. It kind of looks like an elephant. So yeah, that's that. Yeah, most definitely.
What would happen if they still
I don't know. What you think?
one would probably be in the zoo.
All right, before we get to my sentence, let's look at the word family, okay? So adaptation comes from a word family. We have adapt, which is a verb, and adaptive, which is an adjective. So you will see some of these words throughout our lesson because it's a part of a word family, all right? Common phrases, adaptation to, adaptation for, make adaptations, okay? So these are all a part of the family. Now, to check our understanding, we're gonna come up with a sentence. I've already come up with an answer, but I would like for you guys to come up with something differently. The sentence says, some animals use camouflage as an adaptation to help them. I said hide from predators. Can anybody else think of a reason why an animal might use camouflage? I see y'all hands up. I just want to make sure. Can you guys hear me? All right, so we're working on the last sentence. Why else might a animal camouflage? Mm-hmm. No, not catch predators. To catch their predator? Prey. Prey. Not predators, prey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yep, that's one. D'Anthony. Why might a animal use camouflage? Elijah, why might an animal use camouflage? I need more participation, you guys. Adriana?
So they can hide from their predators.
So they can what?
Hide from their predators.
Yep, so hide from their predators. That's the one I have. We had a couple people in the classroom say, yes, Ashley, I was just about to say that. To catch their prey. So either one of those works in this sentence. All right, do you guys have this filled out? Thumbs up if you have it filled out. We're moving on to the next page. All right. So this is our academic vocabulary page. We haven't done one in a while since this is our only second time of filling this out for a new workshop, but we have 5 words. We're gonna quickly go over them. I'll say the word, you guys will repeat after me, and then we'll go over the part of speech and the syllables, and then you guys will write the word, okay? So remember, 1, you're gonna circle 1 on your Google slide, or you're gonna write your word, but you can circle using the scribble, okay? So if I have heard the word, I use the word, I'm gonna circle 4 for behavioral, okay? And then it makes a circle. All right, so you guys are gonna repeat after me. We're gonna go through all 5 words, and then we're gonna come back up to the meaning and example. Sounds good? So that means everyone's gonna have to repeat the word when we get to it. First word is behavioral.
Behavioral.
Behavioral. Thank you, Dennis. Where are the rest of you guys at? Remember, you're repeating the word with your mic on. Behavioral.
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 William, Adrian, Quavion, Elijah, repeat the word, please.
Behavioral.
Sit up, Adrian. You look too comfortable. All right, behavioral is an adjective. How many syllables does behavioral have?
4.
4. All right, I'm gonna move quick. Next word is
Environment.
environment.
4.
Environment.
Environment.
Environment. It's a noun. How many syllables does environment have? Environment. 4. Ariana, are you on task? I can't really tell. Okay. Break.
Fuckers.
Whoa, you guys, make sure you're on mute, please. Next word is physical.
Sorry.
Predator.
We're on physical, Adrian. Physical.
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 Physical. 3.
Okay. Next word is predator.
Predator. 3.
Predator.
Predator, you guys. You know this is participation, so if you're not repeating the words, you're losing points. Last word is species.
Species.
Species. That's also a noun. I'm gonna go back up. All right, the meaning of behavioral is related to what a plant or animal does. Related to a plant or animal does. Remember, you guys are filling out your Google slides. It's already filled out? All of the words? Why do I always do that? Okay, that's cool. That makes it a little bit more quicker. All right. Who haven't I heard from? Elijah, can you read the meaning for that's cool. You can do that. If you, are the words already filled out? So if you guys want to change the example, that's perfectly fine. If you don't want to use my example, if you have your own, you can just erase mine and put your own. That's cool. So I'm just gonna have you guys read it. So when I call on your name, please read the example. Elijah, read the example for not adaptation, for behavioral, please.
Is it cough or something? Because I could be.
You can't see this?
A spider spinning a web to catch prey. It is a behavioral adaptation.
Okay, good. All right, our next word is environment, which is a noun. William, can you read the meaning for environment?
Okay. The natural world where people, plants, and animals live.
Okay, I want you guys to look around real quick. What's in your environment? Look around real quick. What is in your environment? Right now we're in a classroom. So in our environment, we have desks and tables and chairs. What's in your environment? Look around real quick. Yes. Ashley, what's in your environment? Tell me real quick. What's in your area? Good, Adriana. TV, clothes, shoes if you're in your room. All right, let's see. Our example. Can you read the example? Devin? Right here.
One animal that usually lives in a cold environment is a penguin.
Okay, one animal that usually lives in a cold environment is a penguin. Can you guys think of any other animals that live in a cold environment? Polar bears? Polar bear? You gonna say that too? Any other animals? Seals? Is that what you're gonna say? What else? Seals? Polar bears? Whales? There's some whales that live in colder weather. Good. All right, next word. Physical. Physical.
Physical.
Thank you. Who haven't I heard from? D'Anthony, you want to read the meaning for us? Thank you.
Boston Tea Party.
Go ahead.
Related to the body parts and animal.
Good. One physical feature of a lion is huge teeth. What will be another physical feature? What else do lions have? Sharp claws. Good, Ashley. Claws. What's another physical feature? How do you know it's a lion?
Oh, wait, because the male line is all fur.
What is that called?
Oh, the mane.
Yes, it has a mane. All right, that's another physical feature. Next word is predator. You want to read it?
Predator.
A wolf is a predator.
Wait, read the meaning.
Oh, an animal that lives by hunting other animals.
Okay, so that's the meaning of predator. Example, a wolf is a predator that hunts small animals for its food. Adrian, give me another animal that hunts small animals for its food.
Bears eat small fish or something.
Bears, yes.
Seals, how they hunt for fish or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Quavion, can you think of an animal that has to hunt smaller animals for food? What's another animal that has to hunt smaller animals? Quavion, go ahead. I'm waiting on you, buddy. A snake.
Oh,
Okay. All right, last word, you guys. We're almost done. Hold on. All right, a species. Species is a group of animals or plants that are similar in many ways. Our example, all cheetahs are members of the same species. All right, I'm gonna go through 3 sentences and I want you guys to, sorry, Briari, if you're copying this down, I might be going too fast. I'm gonna go through 3 sentences and I want you guys to tell me out of the 5 words that we have here, which word best completes it, okay? This will be our last activity and we'll be done, okay? So let's just get through this. Cold-blooded animals usually live in a warm. Which one of our words best fits this sentence? Cold-blooded animals usually live in a warm environment. All right, next. A turtle uses its shell to hide from a. Good, Ashley, a predator. Where is everyone? Ashley has been killing y'all on the participation. What are y'all doing? Last one. One blank feature of a shark is its very sharp teeth.
Oh, yeah.
One blank feature of a shark is its very sharp teeth. Let's see if someone on Zoom can get this one. Say it, Quavion. You're right.
Physical.
Yes, physical. One physical feature of a shark is its very sharp teeth. Good job. All right, you guys. You guys did a good job today. Those are our first 5 words. I know it's a lot, but we will go over them again. You'll see them throughout our lesson. If I will see you guys on Thursday, please make sure you bring your book so that you can actually write in your book and not have to write on Google Slides. Just some announcements. I said you guys will have a book quiz this week, but we didn't get a chance to read and our schedule is kind of short now. So we're gonna work that out. But if you guys have some free time, go ahead and do some reading, some independent reading, since you guys do have an independent reading book. All right. That's all I have for you guys. I hope you guys have a good day. Remember, your next period is advisory, okay? So you guys are going to advisory next at 11:40, 11:55, 11:53, 11:53. All right, you guys have a good day. I will see you Thursday. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Good job, Ashley.